How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and we have one here from Calibre Wings in 1/72nd scale diecast. We've got one of my all-time faves. We've got an F-14 Tomcat here, and this one is from VF-84 Jolly Rogers. So we're getting some pirate action on today. I am looking forward to checking this one out. We will open the flap, and there is that awesome-looking Calibre Wings F-14 sitting in there. Wow. That does look pretty cool. It does have like a little picture in the flap there. I am really looking forward to checking this out, and hopefully the fitment will be okay, because sometimes they do have some ordnance fitment issues here and there, but boy, the quality of aircraft are absolutely fantastic though. So without further ado, let us not wait any longer. Let us open this bloody box up and check out this awesome looking Tomcat. Alright, with the Tomcat out of the box, it does not come with instructions, but if you want instructions, just use that right there and you will find some instructions for your assembly needs. Now, speaking of needs, I need to get this lid off so we can have a little look at this. How awesome does that look? Now, underneath there is a little weapons pack. We'll have a quick squiz at that. And that does have all the landing gear options as well. You do get an extra nose wheel for if you want to have the catapult section in the down position, or if you want it in the raised position. You do get some little wheel chocks as well. Your beautiful little pile figures there, they look pretty awesome. They are really well detailed. And some intake covers and all the assortment of goodies. Oh, look at all that ordnance that we will have fun chucking on, of course. And you can put different multiple sort of setups on there as well, with the usual deal with these Calibre Wings ones. And this is your little shiny card that you do get. These are a limited run of 1,500. So if you do like what you see, you'll be only one of 1,500 people in the world to own one of these. All right, let us get this out. Oh, excellent. That looks fantastic, man. Although it's not a heavy weight to it, it does have some really nice details. Have a little look. We'll zoom in a fraction and you'll see those beautiful details there. Man, that is awesome. Now the air brakes open up as well. I just obviously can't get to that with my fat ass fingers. The overall details though are really nice. The stabilizers move. There's no rudder movement though, but if you like a few little moving bits, speaking of moving bits, that moves pretty smoothly. It does sort of feel like there's sort of a cog action in there, so sort of a click, 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 but it moves smoothly without drama as well, which is nice. It's not, it is a little bit loose, but if you're going to be sitting there flinging it around all day, that's, you know, who's going to be doing that with their model? You'll put it in the position you want and then you'll just leave it to be displayed. But this does look awesome. Man, let's open the canopy up. Oop, let's try that again. Check out the detail. Far out. That is amazing in there. These are so good. Oh, it's staying open. Yeah, I'm speechless. And for me, that's a bit of a feat. This is really nice. I love it. Yep. Let's have a little look underneath. And there's the usual sort of points for everything to be mounted underneath. It is set up sort of for in-flight, so all we're going to do is chuck some ordnance on. The arrestor hook doesn't move. Yep, the arrestor hook does lower if you want to lower it. And of course you've got those little air brakes there too if you want to pop them out. And of course you've got engine exhaust nozzles that you can swap out too if you feel like it. I don't know if you noticed them in the weapons packet. But this is going to be awesome. All right, well, what we'll do is we'll set this up in flight, and we'll come right back. All right, what I want to do is show you the pilot figures you do get. And these are amazingly well detailed, right down to the helmet markings, the shoes, the bloody pilot outfit. Jeez, the suit there has got a lot of really nice detail. Man, this is pretty cool. I thought I'd just show you these in a little bit more detail because they really deserve to be, noticed because they are really good. One of the best figures that I've seen for aircraft models that you can sort of get. So, yep, definitely a really good job from Calibre Wings for their pilots, for sure. All right, let's go check out this Tomcat. Alrighty, here we have the F-14 set up for in-flight, very straightforward. You just put your ordnance on because it is set up for in-flight straight out of the box, as you saw. I just went with the full Phoenix missile complement as per usual, the usual F-14 setup. And then you put your pylons on either side that have your missile combo. And then you put your fuel tanks on either side there as well. And it is a really nice looking aircraft. Calibre Wings have done this beautifully. No problems with fitment. Everything went on nicely. I didn't have any issues with mine, so that is always good. That does look fantastic though. But of course with Calibre Wings, no stands. So for you in-flight guys, you don't, unless you buy a separate stand, you cannot actually display yours in-flight straight from the box. Yep, that's your problem, not my problem. I'm only joking, guys. I do feel for you in-flight guys. Sometimes you do get a little bit ripped off, but you also do get the easy option because usually whenever there's a model, there's usually only 2 or 3 gear bay doors and you're all set up, whereas us gear down people, we usually have a little bit more to do. And speaking of more to do, what I'll do is I will whack some gear down options on this and we'll check this out gear down and then wind up the video. I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, here we are with this setup in gear down, very straightforward. There is just a single module for each option for your landing gear. They drop straight in. You do get the option to have this other one if you don't want the catapult section in the lower position. You can have it in the raised position if you want to put this piece in instead. Everything else, beautiful, drops straight in. The wheels do not rotate or anything though. They are a fixed position, although the front wheels do roll, but the rears do not. It always baffles me when companies do that. That is, you either have them all move or don't move. You know, that's a little bit strange. But for those of you that may like to have your wheels rolling, you only have the nose wheels that do roll. It is beautiful. It sets up really fantastically. It does look absolutely awesome from Calibre Wings. Definitely, especially if you're into your Jolly Rogers, of course, you will definitely be pretty pleased about grabbing one of these. And the details that this model does have, especially inside, although it does not prop up, as you can see there. It made a liar out of me. If you push it in a little bit, it does sort of stick into place, which is pretty cool. So if you do want to, check out some interior detail in there, it gives you that option to show that off as well. But yeah, definitely a really nice model. Does set up beautifully. The swing wing options, very easy to use. They're not too clunky. It does have a little bit of sort of movement here and there, a little sort of wobbly sort of movement here and there, but nothing to be concerned about really. The smoothness of the wing action is fine, and it's not difficult to do. It moves quite smoothly. So if that's something you're worried about, you do not need to be worried about that at all. All right, I've talked long enough in this video. I will wind it up by saying, yep, definitely one to grab if you can grab a Calibre Wings Jolly Rogers F-14. Definitely grab one because they are really nice. And my particular model did go together fine, but sometimes there is some fitment issues. So it can be, depending on your luck, it depends if the diecast gods are on your side on the day of purchase or when you decide to put one of these together. All right, I'll do the usual though. I'll take some photos of this and whack them up at the end of the video, and always feel free to give me some of those if you found the video helpful in any way, and always feel free to subscribe to the channel if you have yet to do so. So once again, thank you very much for dropping past and checking out another one of our videos. I hope you enjoyed this beautiful looking Tomcat here from Calibre Wings. All right, everyone, thanks for watching. You all have an awesome rest of your day. Cheers, everyone.